Hey, rehabbers and everybody else out there in social media world. Um, I know I do like a lot of funny videos, fucking around, like with my take on things, but tonight I'm going to do a little bit of a different kind of a video. It's not going to be funny. It's going to be more on the serious side of how I think of things. So I jotted some things down on my laptop over here because we all know I tend to ramble and I get off subject. So I just kind of put some little bullet points for myself so I remember everything that I want to talk to you guys about tonight. So anyways, we did a show last night on relationships and trust issues and cheating and insecurities and things like that. And it just, it got me thinking about a lot of things and how very different that people are because of things that they've gone through in their lives, and I get it. We've all been through some crazy shit. And I know for me, like I've been through some shit, but at the same time, I still just, I don't know, I try to have a positive outlook on things anyway. And I know that that kind of comes off as like, excuse the slang, but like, oh, the dumb white girl and that I'm naive about things. But I don't know. I don't like to, I don't know. I don't really consider myself as being naive. Like, I'm just, this is me. And I'm not trying to be anybody else other than myself because that's just fraud. And I think if you don't just be yourself, then you can't connect with people. And that's what I'm trying to do with you guys now on social media land. I'm trying to connect with you guys and just give you, I always say I'm giving you minutes of my life. Well, now I'm giving you parts of my head. I'm giving you minutes that go on inside my head. So the first thing that I wanted to say that I had written down was, I know that the whole giving yourself over to somebody after you've been hurt is scary. Like, I get it. I definitely get it. I was in a very long relationship that did not end very well. And it's, it's scary possibility of like to be back out there in the world of dating and all that other stuff. And it's like, I know it's a scary position to put yourself in after you've been hurt, to almost kind of set yourself up to be hurt again. It's kind of like setting yourself up for failure in a way. And I get it all the way, my friends. But the bottom line is this: if you don't take that chance, then you might as well just pack up your bags and go home now, because you're never going to ever have that possibility of ever really being truly happy to share your life with somebody and have somebody share theirs with yours. Not saying that some people can't be alone and be happy, because they can. I'm not saying that you have to be in a relationship or you have to be with somebody in order to make your life complete. I'm not saying that. But it does definitely bring a sort of, I don't know, like a just full circle kind of thing, I guess. I don't know. But you got to just remember, like the saying goes, you can't have great rewards without taking great risks. So I think it's worth it. And I get, like, rejection is a scary thing. Like, I said on air last night, I don't know if you guys listened, but one of my biggest insecurities and fears is failures. Like, I've had relationships that failed, and maybe I wasn't necessarily the reason that they failed, but part of me still feels like I did in a way, because I feel like I should have been able to hold things together. So I get it. Like, failure, rejection, it's scary. But to me, what's even more scary than all of that is the what ifs that I know I would have, and maybe you guys too. Hold on, I'm getting a text. Those what ifs that if you don't try, if you don't put yourself out there, you're going to ruminate over that for the rest of your life. And to me, that's scarier than any kind of failure or rejection or anything like that at all. I feel like there's somebody out there for everybody. And I feel like the best time that you're going to meet that person and you're going to come into their life and they're going to come into yours is when you stop looking. Because the same way that you're being led to that person and all the other choices you're making in your life, they're being led to you too. That's my belief. And I feel like it's when you least expect it that's when it's going to happen. What else did I want to say? Oh, I think that all the choices that we make, all the times we've had our hearts broken, the regrets that we've had, the what ifs, like I talked about before, because we all do have some what ifs in our life. I feel like at some point for everybody, when you meet that person, all of those things, the tears, the heartbreaks, your regrets, all those things, it's going to make sense when you meet that person that you're supposed to be with. Because if you hadn't gone through those heartbreaks, if you hadn't made those decisions that you might regret, if you hadn't cried all those tears and you did things differently, maybe you would not have been led to this person that you're supposed to be with right now, right? Right? So, and that just kind of goes back to like other things I've said in other videos before about like everything happening for a reason, which I do believe that very firmly. I think that sometimes it sucks because you don't know the reason for a really long time, but I don't know. It's just what I believe. And I don't know. You guys might be watching this video and be like, she's a dumb white chick. That's stupid. Life is not a fairy tale. If you lose your shoe at midnight, you're not fucking Cinderella. You're drunk. I get it, but I don't really care. This is me. I hate the R word, the R-A-W, but I'll say it. This is me. Raw, uncut. This is who I am. And the same way that I would open myself up to future relationships is the same way I'm opening up myself to you guys now. And there is that risk of rejection. There is that risk of you guys saying, oh, it's the dumbest fucking video I ever seen. Maybe it is, but it's me. I'm not a Facebook status. You don't have to like me. So, continuing on. When you really love somebody, in my mind, you are giving a part of yourself to that person that you can never get back. And it's a sometimes you win and sometimes you lose kind of a situation. It's basically you're handing over a loaded gun to that person. And you're standing right there and you're trusting them not to shoot you with it. Now, we've all been there. There's going to be many times you're going to hand that gun over and they're going to shoot you right in the face with the gun. Right in the face, right in the heart. And you're going to be destroyed. And you're going to have to build yourself back up. But you're going to have to take the risk and you're going to have to do it again. And one day, I believe, for myself and for all of you out there that might be watching this video, you're going to hand that gun over to somebody one day and they're not going to shoot you in the heart with it. Their only use for that gun is going to be to protect your heart and to make sure that it never hurts again. And I don't know. That's just what I think. You guys might think it's fucking corny. Whatever. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Call me white girl stupid. And I'm not even like drunk or tipsy or anything right now. Like, this is what I'm really thinking about stuff. I think that because so many of us have been hurt and that pain is so real and it's so deep and we all know it. Like, you get that pit in your stomach and you can't eat and you can't sleep and you know, you wake up and it's like you just wish everything was a dream and it's not, it's reality. We've all been there, but you have to keep going and you have to move on from that. And you also have to learn to let go of those past things that have made you feel like that. Because in general, I think like when we get hurt for future relationships, we protect ourselves so much and we put up so many walls to guard ourselves from ever having to feel like that again, because it's such a bad feeling. When really what we should be doing, what I believe we should be doing, is all that energy that we're focusing on building these walls and protecting ourselves, we should be focusing that energy on trying to be happy again. And even if we used a quarter of that energy, that instead of focusing it in a negative way to, I'm going to shut myself off and nobody's ever going to hurt me again because I'm not going to give anybody a chance, use a quarter of that energy to try to focus on being happy again, and being open to the possibilities that everybody's not the same. They're really not. I know it doesn't always seem like that. Like, it took me a while. I actually thought it would take me a lot longer than it did, but I'm in a place now where I've let go of the bad things that have, happened to me in past relationships and stuff. And you cannot carry that old baggage into a new place. If the last person that you were with was untrustworthy, then the next person you're with, you can't just be like, well, give me a reason why I should trust you. No, you have to start with a clean slate. Let them give you a reason why they shouldn't. Take that chance, because the bottom line is this. If you bring all those bricks and that baggage from that past relationship that didn't work out, all you're going to do is build that same house that already fell apart once and is going to fall apart again. So I guess my message is, keep an open mind, keep an open heart. I get it, guys. I'm with you. I know it's not easy, but that person that you're meant to be with they're out there somewhere, and they're taking the steps in their life and making their choices and decisions, and it's going to lead them to you one day, the same way that you're going to be led to that person. So I'm living proof, guys. Don't give up. You never know. There is a happy ending for all of us. I believe that. And I believe in you guys too. All right? I'll talk to you later. Thanks for listening to me. Good night.